Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you know what? Let me tell you. So the Tiny Tots did it. All of you guys decided to sit down, and you didn't get down here, but I can see, where are they? Oh, they're even doing cartwheels. Our Tiny Tots did it. Come on, give them a big round. Round of applause. So we're almost at the end of the first of three magical evenings. And have you guys had a good time? And tell me the truth. If you had, say yeah. Oh, wow. But before we close, we have one more big surprise in store for you. But before we get to that, we have to thank a few people. You know, all of this just doesn't happen by, there's a lot of work, okay? What you've just seen is a production of a certain scale, and there are loads of people who contributed to making this evening a success. I would first like to give the biggest shout out to my friend Roger Pereira, because this was his vision. This was really his vision. And you know, I have to tell you guys, Roger's been in hospital, and while he was in this hospital bed, he was so involved. I would speak to him every day, and he said, Neil, how are things going? And you know, he couldn't even use his laptop at one time. And he says, you know, I'm handicapped because I can only send things on my phone. But Roger, you have been the backbone of this thing, and we have to thank you.
And I won't call you Roju again, don't worry.
To the rest of the committee, if I take names, it's only the names that I see there. Daryl, of course. Daryl, our president, trustee, Ajit. To Ryan, to Cornell. Cornell, as we all know, is like the pillar of this Gymkhana. To Leon, to Naomi, to everybody. Who else can I see? If I've forgotten...
Danita, special.
Danita, oh my God. Danita is... backstage, you know, that's generally what she does.
She can't even hear us.
But let me tell you, she's a pillar of support to all of us. And for anybody that we might have forgotten, you know who you are. But thank you very much to the committee, for supporting us in this one. We couldn't have done this without you. Then, for all the voice dialogues, you know, you heard all those voice dialogues that happened there, which were really only enacted by the dancers. But there were people that 2 weeks ago came into the recording studios. And I have to thank all of these people who were part of these dialogues. And I'd like to start by actually, you know, talking about the senior most. He's my dear friend, Denzel Smith. I think he even did some of the live VOs today. So let's hear a round of applause for Denzel. He's our theater curator at Celebrate Bandra. Denzel, I don't know are you still at the console? But Denzel, bow to you, okay? Denzel Smith, Nikhil Alves. Nikhil Alves, I know, is in the audience.
I'm taking Batman, Cornell.
Come on, man, Nikhil. Where are you, man? Oh, that side, or?
That side.
Achha, that side. Okay. Nikhil Alves, Rafael Pereira, Ria Pereira, his sister, and Eden D'Souza. These were all the voices that you heard, you know, with all the chefs and whatever. Then I'd like to thank very much. If you enjoyed all the visuals that you're seeing behind the screens, ladies and gentlemen, you have two very young visual designers to thank, and that is Davis Curry and Michael of Fractal Visual Designs.
Awesome
so
job,
big round
guys.
of applause for them. Big round of applause for them.
Brought the whole thing together.
I'd also like to thank, at this point in time, I don't think this is coming up later, but at this point in time, I'd also like to thank my dear buddy, who I got involved like yesterday. He's sitting behind the sound console. He's the what should I say, the ultimate Parsi. Kesi Bavri, take a bow, man. And ably assisted by Jermaine. Jermaine on visuals, who's really the technical wizard. Kesi is the creative guy. You know how it is. Kesi, we'll have a drink together tonight. So we'd like to thank the two of them as well. And, sorry? Jeremy. Oh, sorry. I said Jermaine, not Jermaine Jackson, okay? Jeremy, I'm sorry, but thank you very much. Salute you, yeah?
It's nice that he had a mic back there to correct us, right? Isn't that cool?
We'd also like to thank Chester Mesquita. He's a member of the Gymkhana. He would have been here on stage. Oh, the kids are really getting carried away. Now, anyway, Chester Mesquita and Carl of Plug-in Studios for the entire track that was done. Then, of course, a big round of applause for our dear friend Michael Nazareth on lights. Come on. I want to hear a nice round of applause from Michael Nazareth. Thank you, Michael. You always help us. Whenever there's a community occasion, Michael always comes good. Thank you, Michael.
And sorry if we weren't in the right position.
And I'd like to thank the very quiet, but he's right there doing his thing behind the sound console. I'd like to thank Dave Drago. Dave, thank you very much. And everybody else at Audio Drago for the sound. And of course, there's Jeremy and Kirsty. Why did I try to do this extempo?
Next, we want to thank the lovely, gorgeous Nishita D'Souza for all those vibrant, colorful costumes you saw on stage.
Come on, Nishita!
Some of those things she just threw in pro bono. I love Nishita. Daryl Loyola for the food costumes that you saw up front here.
Loyola, yeah.
Life-size food costumes. Lloyd D'Souza and Reina Ferreira for helping us backstage. Woo, go Lloyd.
I have to say something here. Lloyd and Reina, believing me, in a show like this, you need some really cool backstage help. And my ex-colleague and my current colleague, Lloyd, just came good. He said, Neil, I'm here. I'll do what it takes. Lloyd, thank you very much. And thank you to Reina. Cornell, I think you recommended Reina. Oh, he's still a bachelor? There's a lot of bachelorettes here, I'll tell you. So, Reina, we'll set you up with one of them. No problem.
Now a special round of applause for Warren De Silva, who scripted those 3 skits you saw, along with those amazing actors, Neil Pires, Keith D'Souza, and Rohan Fernandez. You guys are hilarious. Come on, guys!
Warren, big salutes to you, my friend. You always come good, man.
You guys did this in the shortest time, full respect.
Ladies and gentlemen, do you agree that Warren really has the pulse of the Bandra Gymkhana? Okay.
He's
so
sitting
Warren,
in nooks and corners watching you.
Now, for all the plugs I've given you, Warren, I need a scotch after this one.
Me too.
Okay.
Finally, a huge shout out to our choreographers, Arun and Chetan, for bringing the spirit of the Bandra Gym alive through this dance theatrical. That's it. That's how it's done. It has been a pleasure for Neil and myself to work with each and every one of these heads of various areas that they've taken on and completely nailed it. It's been a complete pleasure. And thank you most of all for being an amazing audience. So once again, give yourselves a round of applause.
Of course. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. A big round of applause to all of you here. Fantastic. Now, sorry?
Auntie Maggie disrupted the show.
She left.
We do not thank her.
Oh, we have to thank Maggie. So, hopefully you'll see this on YouTube, but Maggie had to leave. She met the chief guest. She was thrilled. She left.
Did she meet the chief guest, or was she sent off on a wild goose chase? I'm not upset.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it's now time, and again I have to say, Roger, this was your vision. It's now time for us to launch something very special. Roger said he's been wanting to get an anthem for the Bandra Gymkhana. And so this year, for the 80th celebration, that desire has materialized. And I know Roger has a smile on his face for this one. And we'll be launching our anthem for the very first time today. We're lucky we have many talented souls within this Gymkhana, you see. One of our newer members is Clinton Cerejo. I don't know whether some of you have heard this name. If you've seen Coke Studio, MTV Coke Studio, then you would know who Clinton Cerejo is. He's a renowned music composer for films and ads, and he's currently doing the music for Kahani 2. The entire music, not just the soundtrack, but the entire music for Kahani 2, which stars Vidya Balan. Clinton is a recent member of our gym, and he agreed to compose our very own Gymkhana anthem. Thank you very much, Clinton, for this one. You put your heart into it, and you'll soon know what I mean.
You'll soon know what I mean. Not to forget, the lyrics were written by Annabelle Ferro.
A big shout out to Annabelle. She's a dear friend of mine. Annabelle Ferro, I don't know whether you're in the audience, but thank you very much.
I hope you are. And the vocals are done, wait for it, by none other than the multi-talented man standing right next to me, Neil Murray. That is going to be the sound of our anthem for years to come, and it is absolutely beautiful. I've already heard it. I'm sorry, it's gorgeous. The anthem truly embodies the unique spirit of the Gymkhana, that warmth and vibe we were talking about at the top of the evening. The anthem will be played on all big occasions starting today, and it's only fitting that you sing along.
Absolutely.
The words will appear on the screen, but it will also, it's also on the back of the pamphlets that I hope all of you have. So please refer to those words. It is about your story, so you are definitely going to want to sing along as it plays.
Before the anthem? Okay, hold on.
What's happening before the anthem?
Cornell has to, we forgot about that. But guys, the anthem is such a catchy tune, okay? So when it comes on, we've got the lyrics here. I'm not necessarily going to be singing it today. It's what has been recorded, but you can enjoy singing it. But before we get to the anthem, let me invite our joint honorary secretary onto the Gymkhana. We need a microphone for him. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Cornell Gonsalves. Wait.
My dear fellow members and guests, I think you need to put your hands together to give each and every colleague of mine, both managing committee and the 80-year celebration committee, a big, big hand. I am not going to bore you, so Neil has already thanked everybody in that respect, but I still need, when Roger fell ill, he asked me to take over the mantle, which I did. It is certainly Roger that put this show together, and yes, from his hospital bed, like Neil said, or from his house when he just returned, he was there behind us. There are a few people that I need to thank as well, besides Neil and Rosalind for anchoring the show, and all the rest that he has thanked. We need to put your hands together to give J.H. Fernandez, our decorators, CR Cuisine, that's going to keep you entertained while we have the lights on in the next 15 minutes. His Eminence, our fellow member priests, who celebrated the Mass, a big, big, big hand and a round of applause. I don't know where my friend Roger Drago is. I can see Dave, but Roger told me, Cornell, let's relax till 10 o'clock. The show must go on and it must be successful. That sound by Roger was excellent. Give Roger, Dave, and his entire team a big, big hand. There are one or two people in this audience that I've had to work with, be it at the municipality level or be it with permissions. And I have two dear friends of mine, one my very own member, Karen DeMello, wherever she is, she's up here, and my friend Asif Zakaria that I've always relied upon for other help. So we need to give them a big, big, big hand. And before they take the anthem, can we have the prizes for the children, which we need to give?
Can we do that after?
Okay, we'll do that after. We need to give the prizes. Delrose, you got it. We'll go ahead with the anthem. Thank you.
Okay,
and we will have the Gymkhana open. You can sit, relax, enjoy your food and drinks. No problem. Go ahead, Neil.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen. For the very first time, premiering the Bandra Gymkhana anthem. Let's roll it, Casey. You might want some a little lights in the audience here. Yeah, that's right.
Sometimes in life, with its worry and strife, you wanna press pause and just be. Hang with the boys, make some noise, taking a little TLC. That's when you know there's a place you can return to, where there's always someone to care. A place I've been Gymkhana, one that's simply someplace where it feels like family. You and me, being together is how it'll be. Chasing rainbows, big enough to share. I know I can do it, for you'll be there. Feels like family, it feels like home. Back with memories and Kodachrome. It feels like you and me, feels like family.
Okay, so that was the chorus. When the chorus plays the second time, all of you guys need to sing.
Feels like family.
Woo! Come on.
Out on the courts, We learn to play. We strive to win the game. Preparing to shine. We fight and we grind. Getting it right is what we aim. For we know we got the right spirit, and we know we're not alone. It's that place that's like no other. Call it your own comfort zone. It feels like family, you and me. Being together is how we'll be. Chasing rainbows, big enough to share. I know I can do it, for you'll be there. Feels like family, it feels like home. Back with memories and Kodachrome. It feels like you and me. It feels like family. So come on home to a place where there's a happy face, and for that moment your worries will be far away. For we're simply the best, and we know that's the way we'll always be.
Hey!
Cause it feels like family, you and me. Being together is how we'll be. Chasing rainbows, big enough to share. I know I can do it, will you be there? Feels like family, it feels like home. Back with memories
Come
and
on, guys, put your hands
Kodachrome.
together.
It feels like you
Let's have
and me.
Neil.
If you love the band,
Feels
let's
like
do it.
Can we have Neil? Neil, Rohan?
There.
Come on, Ross. Neil, Rohan,
Feels
in
like
front.
family.
Can we have Nishita? Nishita, Chetan, Chetan, Debbie, Marisha, Debbie, Marisha, all the children that took part.
Come on
Why
up,
don't
you
you come
guys.
up? Come on.
Come on, kiddies. Come up front.
Debbie, come to the front. Where's Arun? Oh, Arun's not
Where's
here.
Marisha?
Chetan, where's
Chetan,
Chetan?
Marisha.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chetan, and I don't know whether Arun is on the console. Is he coming up? But, ladies and gentlemen, this is the team that put it all together. Thank you very much. You've been a wonderful audience. I hope you enjoyed the show. And if you did, you must be here tomorrow, because we've got a very special evening that's truly East Indian. I know Father Joe is from Vasai, and I hope you can be here, Father Joe, tomorrow. But lots of really exciting things. We've got a James Ferreira fashion show. All of this has been put together by Roger, Lucia, Ainsley, and Avian, Mosquito, my dear friend. So you must be here tomorrow. And then, of course, you must be here on Sunday, when we've got a whole host of singers, all of whom are Bandra Gymkhana members, that are going to be up here on the stage performing for you.
Awesome.
So, thank you very much, Ross. Thank you very much on behalf of Rosalind and me. You've been a wonderful audience, and we'd like to thank you for your patience, your participation, and your understanding. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Good night.
Good night.
Dancers? Super.
Thank you. Those were awesome.